Welcome to this podcast. I am Grayson Eaton with Ryan Cole and Katelyn Dewberry. Today we will be talking about fun travel destinations near and far.
A great destination you can travel to that is close to our area is Carowinds, an amusement park that was founded in 1973. It is approximately 2.5 hours away from our hometown. It's located in Charlotte, North Carolina. This would be a great place to take your family and friends. You could go just for a day, but also, if you choose to stay for a longer period of time, you could stay at a nearby hotel or at one of the cabins or lodges right near the park. Prices for your stay actually depends upon the length of your stay. Personally, I think a cheaper way to go is just to bring your own RV because they have different campsites that you can actually park it in.
Katelyn, have you ever stayed in one of the cabins?
You know, I never really have, but I've always wanted to. Each time that I've been to Carowinds, my most recent trip was actually 2 years ago, I looked at them and I thought that would be a great place just to go, like I said, so that way you're close to Danville. It's not too far away, especially for people that don't like getting further away from where their family is and everything like that. So I think that would be a great place to stay.
Yeah, I've always wanted to stay in a cabin. I've never done that before, so that's something new I could try.
I think it'd be really cool, and especially Carowinds in general is just a great choice if you're wanting to experience the thrill of roller coasters, water slides, and the outdoors, like all within one trip. I just think that's pretty awesome. But like I mentioned to you, the last time I went was actually with my AP Calculus class, my senior year of high school. And we only went for a day, but it was such an amazing time. And I know for me personally, I'll never forget a roller coaster ride I went on was the Fury 325, which is actually North America's longest steel coaster, and it gets up to the speed of 95 miles per hour. I was actually pretty afraid to get on it, but it was worth it, I believe.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, we actually had to wait almost close to 2 hours just to get onto the actual ride. But as I mentioned, I went with my class in high school, and so that way, since I was with a larger group, we actually saved money for each individual ticket. So if you go with a group size of 15 or more people, you're able to pay approximately close to $38 for your individual ticket. I think that's the best option, especially if you're only going for one day.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so one of the places that I want to recommend is actually very far from here, and that is Grand Turk Island in the Caribbean. Grand Turk is a British overseas territory located in the Atlantic Ocean and considered a part of the Caribbean region. The island is part of the Turks and Caicos Islands. The island is located 575 miles southeast of Miami, Florida. Grand Turk attracts more than 1 million tourists annually, with many arriving by cruise ship. The average temperature of the island is between 85 degrees and 90 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. Aside from the beaches, the island has many attractions for tourists, some which include the Grand Turk Lighthouse, snorkeling, and entertainment.
So, Grayson, what are some of your favorite things to do?
A couple of my favorite things to do while in Grand Turk are going to the picturesque beaches, which I love very much, and exploring the cruise port that features shopping areas like Piranha Joe and Diamonds International, as well as restaurants like Jack's Shack and Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville.
Grayson, do you actually know any of the history of the island itself?
In fact, I do. The island also plays an important part in history as it was one of the islands that Christopher Columbus first landed on in North America. The island is also famous for John Glenn's splash landing, where he crash-landed in a type of spacecraft just off one of the main beaches. There is now a replica of this inside of the cruise port. With all of that said, I highly recommend people to visit Grand Turk. I've been there several times on cruises, and it is one of my favorite places to go.
Wow, I think that sounds really awesome. I think people should definitely try to go there. I would like to go there now that I know more about it. I never really knew much. I just heard about it in general.
Yeah, definitely. And airplanes do fly in there, so you can get a pretty cheap airplane ticket to fly into Grand Turk. I've never flown to Grand Turk, but it's something I have thought about.
Well, Grayson, speaking of islands, Hawaii is known for some of the best weather in the world. And that's the travel destination that I'm going to be talking about today. There's over 750 miles of shoreline and over 400 named beaches. In 2017, over 9.3 million people visited Hawaii. There's a drier season in the summer and a wetter season in the winter, but the temperature remains relatively steady throughout the year. Hawaii is a great year-round destination, but the best weather is usually found in April, May, September, or October. Winter months are rainier, and June through November is hurricane season, so try to stay away from it during those months. The quietest month for tourists is November. So if you'd like to go when there's not a whole lot of people, try to plan a trip in November. Oahu is the most popular island with a large selection of budget hotels and many direct flights to Honolulu. And since it has so many amenities, it's a pretty easy choice for most travelers. Maui is the second most popular island, probably due to the variety of beaches that the island offers. Maui has tons of tourist attractions like snorkeling tours, diving expeditions, helicopter flights, and tons of dinner shows. They like to say there's something for everyone in Hawaii. Whichever island you visit, you will not be disappointed.
So, Ryan, have you ever been to Hawaii?
I actually have never been to Hawaii, but I would love to go.
That's cool. I've never been either, and I think that I would really like to go as well. I've been to a lot of places in the Caribbean and down in South America, but I've never been to Hawaii, so that would be a really cool place for me to go as well.
If you ever had the chance to go, what do you think the first thing would be that you would do?
Just knowing me, I would probably rent a Jeep or something and just try to bomb all over the beaches or something. I don't really know.
Just to look around, just to see what everything available that you can see.
That or go to one of the volcanoes and just see what everything looks like, because never been. So.
Well, that does it for this podcast. I'm Grayson Eaton with Katelyn Dewberry and Ryan Cole. The next time you're thinking about traveling destinations, hit us up.